When there's an injustice against you or someone you love or someone you believe in, stand up. Don't sit down on them. They need you.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and I'm so excited to be with you on a Friday. And oh my God, you guys sent me so many gifts for Freaky Friday. I'm going to open up all your amazing gifts today later in the show. Thank you guys for being here. Sorry for the delay. This one took a little bit longer to prep, and I was late in P.O. Box. I apologize, but we're here. Oh man, and we're going to talk about that woman's fan base who, anybody else have an interesting night last night? My God, these people, they get really agitated. We're talking about that woman whose name shall not be said. Her fan base out there is getting desperate. They are terrified because I put out some feelers and sort of some things, sort of just dare some journalists out there to really ask, like, do you know who you're defending on here? These anonymous Twitter supporters that you put your journalism cred on? Have you met them? Do you know them? It's just very strange to me. And I'll be honest, for the past several weeks, for a couple weeks now, I've been doing a deep dive into some of these people. And now, while I'm not ready to give you the full report just yet, I know. I did want to sort of, I'm dropping some bird seeds here, breadcrumbs, if you will, because what's happening is insane. It's insane to see journalists use anonymous Twitter people as authorities in the news. And that's currently what's happening right now. And so I want to talk about just how gross this is. I want to show what happened to me last night because they're coming after me because, yes, I am attempting to figure out who are these people? Who are these people? There are ways you can do it legally to figure out who people are online. There are ways to do it, guys, legit ways. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. In fact, guys, if anybody else wants to fund this endeavor, please let me know and I will explain more, but please keep the support coming because it does require some services to be used, legit legal services to be used, private investigators, etc., to figure out who these people are. And yes, at some point soon, we will have that video and you're not going to want to miss that video. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, and stay tuned because yes, I do have some intel I'm sitting on that I'm just making sure I vet properly as well as gather some more intel, etc. because I want to do this right. I don't want to be a cat 10 barge. I want to do it properly. And I want to be careful in my reporting as we do it. So if anybody else wants to help me in that quest, by all means, you know how to support, use the pinned comment. If anybody wants to be a big donor on this initiative and reach out personally, you can. Yeah, there are services you can enlist, guys. Twitter is, you can be anonymous on the internet, but you really can't unless you're really good. It's not. You're not anonymous. It's not anonymous. It's a public forum. They have doxed Laura B. They have doxed Umbrella Guy. It's, your identity can be released if you want to be a public figure, whether you put your photo on your icon or not, is what I've learned. So everybody, if you're on Twitter, if you're doing it, be aware, if you don't want yourself to be exposed, don't put yourself out there as a talking head expert on certain things. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen them go after Tug. I've seen them go after Laura, and I don't like it. And it's like, so the media will protect these sources, these anonymous sources, but then dox them. So it makes me wonder, do they know who these people are? Are they working with them? Or worse? But yeah, someone says, can't wait, stay safe. Exactly. Like there's a lot of things I got to make sure I cross the T's, dot the I's on this. And, again, add a little bit of speculation warning, cover my butt because, it's a road we're going down where I want to expose the toxic trash that are out there attempting to think that they are not exposable, that they think they can just keep coming after us, which they've done. You've come after me. People have done the worst to me. Stay tuned. Hashtag stay tuned. Okay. That's all I can tell you right now. But what I wanted to say was, specifically regarding this person right here who I don't, was it just me? She really, 2,000 tweets require, it makes you, we have 2,000 watching. Can we get Camila sucks tweeting? Let me think of something better. How does this trend already? I guess in my feed, because I have all these, Johnny Depp stories in there. It's just bizarre to me. Like, really? And it sucks that we're giving them that because that's what they want. They want attention. But let me go back to how this all started. I wanted to share a story today. It is just me. We may have guests pop in, but it's another solo show. I hope you can deal. It is me. I do like it sometimes where I get to just tell you how I want to say it without any interruption. And thank you. Get all those sneaky effers. Lots of love from Canada. Thank you, Kim Locking. I'll get to all your support. I promise I will read all your chats. But let me get in with a little bit of groove and explain what happened last night with Camila. Okay? Who's Camila? Who is Camila? Good question. Let's figure out who Camila is, shall we? Cat 10 Bar just is clearly a fan of Camila. There's been a whole bunch of weirdos harassing Cat 10 Barge for months on end. We're harassing her now. Before I even get started, it's important you notice the gaslighting tactics that they use because they want to call us the abusers and the mean ones and the toxic ones. She spreads misinformation publicly. She's a public person, a journalist who speaks on a public forum. If you challenge her, you are harassing her. That's the narrative. Be careful, right? Because if you disagree with her, if you challenge Kat or people like her, you are harassing her. Okay? So here's a simp for Kat saying, a bunch of weirdos harassing Kat for months on end. I don't get it. They follow her everywhere, and some have even sent threats and attempt to bully her out of a job and off the platform. Y'all need help. Now, for the record, I don't want her to lose her job. I'm not here to cancel anybody. That's not what this is about. I want to hold people accountable, just like she does, clearly. And I think, the words you say as an NBC journalist need to be careful. And if she uses the wrong words and NBC decides to fire her, that's on NBC. I'm not here creating initiative or asking you guys to do anything regarding petitions people have sent me. That's all dumb to me, guys. Don't be that person. That's not helpful. Let her happen on its own, do the actions of her own, not us attempting to bully. So that's dumb. The few people that are doing that, I don't support that. I think that's a bad look. In fact, don't talk to any of these people. Let's engage here in our community and talk about it here safely without giving that attention. And please don't bother or harass any of these people I'm going to talk about. If you do, you're giving them ammo to beat us because you guys look like crazy ones. Don't be crazy ones, okay? Let's all be civil, rational ones. All right, but Kat took that, and Kat ran with that and said they started by harassing an anonymous black female survivor of IPV off this website, and they're high off that success. Unfortunately for them, I couldn't care less about how much BS they reply to my tweets. I'm not leaving. Tough luck. First of all, you can't reply to her tweets. So it is the same thing that like Jamie Lynn Spears does, Eve Barlow does. Oh my God, I get harassed every day in my replies, and literally the replies are off. Oh, but all these replies are bothering me. Oh, I'm a victim. Camila left because they started slandering and putting other black women in danger in her name. Sounds terrifying, doesn't it? My God, all bullshit. Complete narrative spin by Kat to spin it in her narrative. It was twisted and disturbing. The misogynoir? Is that like film noir? Is this a new version of misogyny that I don't know you can get? No. The misogynoir in this community is rampant. I hope wherever she is and whatever she's doing, Camila is at peace. She did great work here. I see Camila with her hand to the grains like Maximus style in Gladiator. Singing the Gladiator theme. I hope you're at peace. You great warrior of ours. Rest up, warrior. You deserve to be at peace now. Like, this is insane, right? This is a journalist who's literally simping for an anonymous person. And I can't wait to reveal more about who I suspect this anonymous person is. Because Cat and Barge is going to look so freaking stupid. So stupid. She's going to look so stupid. It's so, just stay tuned, okay? But anyway, I know a little bit more. I will say, I know a little bit more than any of you guys know is what I will say. And before I reveal the reveal, I wanted to put it out there to Kat. Do you really realize what you're doing here? As a journalist, I wanted to give her an opportunity to respond. Do you know what I mean? Okay, because when I see this, I'm just flabbergasted that an NBC journalist would go public on the record defending an anonymous Twitter troll. Well, I DM'd with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Like, what? Okay. So I asked her, yo, Kat, serious question. Have you met Camila or confirmed her identity? You defend Camila a lot, but do you know her? As a journalist, can you confirm she's black? Or even a person worthy of defending at all? Or does she have a criminal history? Because I'd be careful. Hashtag stay tuned. Now, of course, they labeled me racist. For you asked if she's a black is literally a tweets I was getting from morons on Twitter. No, I'm pointing out the fact that Kat is using her blackness as a shield of a minority female who's gone through all, these alleged struggles. How do you know those are real? How do you know she's even black? What if she's a white dude who's doing all this? I mean, Kat would look pretty damn stupid to see that she's been defending and lifting up someone who's not who they say they are, using blackness, using, survivorship, using things to their advantage to woo the narrative of play victim. I mean, guys, Kat would look pretty damn stupid if she wasn't able to, 100% vet that Camila was these things. So I wanted to ask, maybe she's caught up in the emotion of it, right? Oh, it's an emotional thing. I get it. This culture reporting really can get to you. So I wanted to ask her. So I asked her. Okay, that's what I did. Who chimes in? Chat, who do you think chimed in? Who do you think chimed in? Oh, Camila herself. Oh my gosh, guys. She unblocked me. She was so unnerved. She unblocked me. So she was seeing it from another thread. Clearly she has multiple accounts, obviously. And she saw it and she unblocked me. Now who's Camila? Again, here's Camila. She's now FKA Twigs. Okay, she's put she's had several different icons, but most people have assumed she's a black female because she used like a cartoon. I think it's a famous art piece that, was a black woman. And so people just assumed she was a black woman. Okay, how do you know? Is she? Has she said this? But Kat's defending her. So, anyway, now she's a survivor of IPV and IP violence relationships. And now she's not FKA Twigs. Okay, got it. But same Camila, she's back. She reactivated her account. The way this works, I believe, maybe someone knows a little better. I think you get like 30 days. You can deactivate your account and you still have a set amount of time to reactivate, and then you don't lose your account. You have to like actually activate it again before it's gone, fully gone. So when you deactivate an account, you can actually bring it back. So she's purposefully, no rhyme or reason to me why she would nuke her account. She nuked her account. We're going to get there in a second. She nuked her account, reactivated her account, and then unblocked me. Well, I've been vocal on this story. People have been tweeting about it. I've been working on the story. I've been alluding to things, and I sense she's sweating. I've been working on this story that I've been teasing, and I've been doing on purpose, guys, because I want to see how they react. And Camila reactivated and unblocked me. So take that as you will. Take that as you will as we first begin. Now, why did she deactivate her account? So Real RB put out a tweet. I couldn't find it in time, but I'll summarize for you. She put out a tweet basically asking if she was an employee of Shane Communications. Chris, I don't even know her name, but it doesn't matter. It was very clear to anybody who read it, myself included, she wasn't saying they were the same person, but this was a rep who was in the press as Amber's rep. She was the diversity associate who handled Amber's PR. There are articles that show she was Amber's, PR person. I don't know if they were the diversity because she was a woman. I don't know why, but this one came on and she asked Camila at one point, "Is this you?" Asking Camila, are you this person? Now, immediately it went to race. Everyone, Kat and everybody declared Laura a racist. How dare you? Just because you assume she's black. I don't know what color Camila is. She could be any color. She absolutely could be black. She could be white, right? By the theory of anonymity, she could be anything. But they immediately knocked on Laura. And then the person at Shane Communication, allegedly, through Cat 10 Barge, says that she would be pursuing legal action. Now, I don't know what, I haven't talked to Laura about that. Not my place to talk about what's Laura's going there, but I haven't seen Laura talk about it at all. I haven't seen Laura mention that she's in any legal jeopardy or, doing any trials. Whatever, all of that is not, I have no idea, right? Just, I'm telling you that as we continue the conversation because it's going to unveil itself. That's the backstory here. When that came out and Laura just asked, is this you? Not like this is you or guys, FY, this is her. Like, is this you? She nuked her account. She nuked her account, her whole account. She had been there for a while. She had amassed a lot of followers. She nuked her account. When the question was, do you work for Shane PR, who's Amber's PR guy? David Shane, who's the shady guy who look up David Shane's DUIs and not good history. Who Amber is now used as his PR expert. He's a guy who just hates Johnny Depp. He did a lot of misdirection and terrible stuff about him in the past. So Amber liked him for that. Shane PR is the guy who showed up to court all like, hey, I'm in charge of this thing. Hey, everybody. And then all the accusations came out and he disappeared. That guy, that guy. And so he's in there doing these accusations. So it was fast forward. Oh, I have an exciting guest. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep him there. Look who is here. Oh my goodness. Is he there? He's not there, but as he gets there, I'm excited to incorporate him if he gets his camera going. Take your time, dude, as I keep talking. As this all happened, as she reactivates her account, coming back to engage in the messiness of today is what she said. Who's first to celebrate? Kat. Camila! Yay! My hero's here! Heart. And apparently Camille's back because I guess Shia's redemption arc is not happening on my watch. Okay. Huh. And she's playing as FK Twigs. That's why she's back. Okay. She's back. She's back again. Then she adds, I love y'all, but I'm coming back today momentarily. We'll deactivate again soon. Again, just wanted you to say hi and wanted you all. I'm doing well and I miss you. This is that person. Okay. And is it working, Jody?
Yeah, I'm here.
Tell me when it's working. Oh, you got it. Okay. What up, Jody?
What's up, bro? It's good to be here. What's up, Popcorn Planet family?
Bam! There he is.
Good to be here.
Look at the set.
Catch me up real quick. Some racist stuff going on.
Well, I want to introduce you to, but I'm in the middle of the story, so let me recap. I want to get your thoughts because it's an interesting one. All right. But so happy to have my man Jody here. Jody of Jody's Corner. If you don't know him, he's the funniest. He's the best. Hold on, I'm making sure I can see you. There he is in his both of our sets. I love it. But all right, we'll get there. We'll get there in a second. So Jody, what I'm just recap to those who are just joining too long and didn't listen up to this point. I'm talking about these Amber stands. And one of the biggest Amber stands is this woman named alleged woman. It's an anonymous Twitter account. We don't know who she is. I might, but I can't talk about that yet. But she's a huge Amber supporter. She's written a lot of popular threads and she has done, been successful on this platform. She has about 21,000 followers, which isn't a joke. It's pretty good for someone.
Yeah.
And she's tight with these PR people. Kat Tenbarge is an NBC journalist I've had issues with in the past. And Kat uses Camila. And it's important. I want Jody, sorry for the repeat, but I want Jody to understand this. Kat, who to my knowledge doesn't actually know who the real Camila is always defending her as a black female survivor who was, slandered by the Johnny Depp community for being a black woman, which is complete bullshit. I don't even know what color she is. She used a black, just an emoji icon of a black woman. So now we assume she's black because of that. And so Kat's leveled in that we were harassing an anonymous black female survivor of IPV is where this came from. And so this is an NBC reporter who's defending this anonymous troll. Now, Jody, again, I can't say too much, but Jody, I've been teasing my audience. I've been teasing for weeks. I may know who Camila is. I may have been doing some deeper research with private investigators and things to uncover who this toxic person is. And it might surprise people like Kat to know maybe she isn't black. Maybe she isn't who she says she says.
Maybe she's even a she.
Correct. Maybe she's using blackness and female and all this stuff to have an narrative for Amber. So I asked Kat this question, and that now you're caught up to things. And Camila, who is this infamous person who previously deactivated her whole entire account because people questioned whether she was working for Amber's PR firm. And as soon as that question happened, bam, boom, explode. She's out of here, right?
Oh.
So suddenly she comes back to engage, Jody. Right as I'm asking the questions, doing it, she comes back and engages. Not only that, Jody, she unblocks me. She unblocks me and she's going to engage with me because she must have heard the rumblings of things about her, right? Yeah. So that's what we're getting to. So and then Camila has ignored my questions and is, heralding this hero. And I'm doing this video sort of as a preamble, just a pre-video. So when we do our eventual reveal investigation, you guys are a little bit more prepared to understand why this is such a frustrating story, if and when I can confirm the things I have. So anyway, all right, so fast forward. So now you're all caught up, Jody, okay? So you're following me? So here we were, and here's Camila responding, calling me out, unblocks me, and responds to my question to Kat, not to her. They already got a new conspiracy theory going, LMAO. Wow. Does she have a criminal history? Stay tuned. Andy Signore, do you realize that starting new conspiracy theories about my identity isn't going to help your friend's conspiracy theory that I'm a PR bot that got her in legal trouble? Curious.
This red flags are in the sky, bro.
Huge red flags. Huge, right? This is someone, Jody, back me up. This is someone who's agitated, who's nervous, who's engaging now. She fell right into the trap. I'm calling her a she. I don't know if she's a she. Stay tuned, but falls right into the trap of what's going on. And she's out there, is sharing like the worst tweets, retweeting. Don't you have some charges to worry about? Talking about me. Now they're all activating the I'm a sexual predator, whatever nonsense, all bullshit. Anybody who knows obviously knows. Just for full clarity, there are no charges against me. There never were. There never will be. There was nothing remotely close to having, but it's the only thing they can do because there was an allegation that I proved false. And then they just hammer that over and over again whenever they're pushed against the wall. Of course they do. It's always a sign, right, Jody, that they're, against the wall and they're scared when they pull out the screenshots of an old, 5-year-old headline. We could do the same thing about their boss, Shane and Amber and everybody else. But that's what they resort to. So here they are. She's sharing all this. We're obsessed. You're literally effing crazy. I've never seen obsession like this. I'm obsessed over Jody. Tell me if I'm obsessed. I would like to know the answer to an NBC journalist. And I'd like to know who her sources are that she's so confident on. Is this person actually a legit person, or is she a secret agent for Amber Heard's team? Or worse, is she some psycho criminal star? You know what I mean? Like,
sounds like you're looking for justice and accountability, my friend.
Correct. I don't see this as an obsession over Camila. It's like there's clearly something's fishy, right? Something's fishy. Right. And as someone invests in this case, I want to know why an actual verified reporter is taking giving her the benefit of the doubt.
But she's very much pro Amber Heard and her innocence and how Johnny's trash and Amber's actually innocent. Believe Amber, right?
Correct.
Right. And your Popcorn Planet, you're very much team Johnny. We've seen the evidence. So she's basically trying to convince people that everything that we saw in the courtroom and everything that you've been reporting is a farce.
Correct. She and we have a little bit more of a history for those that don't know. She actually interviewed me, Jody, for an article.
You called her out, and then she didn't use none of your stuff.
And then I revealed the article where she didn't use anything, and she agreed with me.
Stuff,
She not only did she agreed with me about Amber all through the audio, so she's a hypocrite. She's out there for clout, in my opinion.
Clout. It's clout.
Exactly. It's a clout chaser.
Yeah.
So anyway, so then I wrote back. Hold on, sorry. Now because she's deactivated her account. Okay, again, spoiler alert. Again, and we'll explain why that's a little strange.
People understand these red flags. You guys at home need to understand. Nobody who's serious, a real person, would deactivate their account, would go away, and then come back and re-engage and say, "I'm back. Let's do this," and then throw jabs and then run back and deactivate. These are the actions of a troll, of a falsified account, of a bot. We have a lot of experience with this with the Snyder Cult, so we can smell it.
Totally smell it. Thank you for well said, because exactly, just why wouldn't you defend your actions? What are you afraid of? You're afraid of something. You're running.
You're scared of something.
So I respond to that, when she calls me out, and I say I was speaking to Kat. But interesting how neither of you answered the question and just shout conspiracy theories. Also interesting that you unblock me, tag me, and still won't let me reply. She won't let me reply, guys, which actually takes an extra step on her part, Jody, because she tagged me. She literally tagged me. So when you tag someone, you're supposed to, be able to respond. because see, I'm in the tag.
She definitely wants you to see it.
And so she's tagging me, I'm in it, but she still, not only did she block all replies, she also made the extra step to ensure I was singularly blocked. So she was really, really like buttoned up. It wasn't like she had some setting on. She blocked me and then she blocked everybody who was tagged and then went an extra step to make sure I was also blocked.
Good old one-way communication. That's the greatest.
Correct. And that's a tactic Chris Boozy of Bot Sentinel does. Whenever you're in a fight with someone who's quote tweeting you, they are running. It's like they're against the ropes because they don't want a cohesive narrative of a thread. You know what I mean, Jody? They don't want to see the back and forth.
It's hard to track it.
Exactly. It's hard to track it. And they want to control the narrative by just spotlighting one thing and then blah, blah, see, he's an idiot. But then everybody reads that, can't see the back and forth. That's like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why are you just only sharing this one part of the conversation? It's a complete messy way. And it's anybody who does that is usually, in my opinion, an idiot. Like they're hiding stuff. They're trolling you. They don't actually want to engage. And so it's something to be huge red flag city. But in this instance, she unblocked me. We're talking. I'm like, all right, it's on. Like Donkey Kong, let's get this going on. Because so why did she unblock me? She does it again. As I say, well, interesting you did all this. I unblocked you because you tagged me. I was tagging Kat and I was explaining why, asking Kat a question about her. I wasn't actually asking her anything. But I tagged you and you tagged me and I responded. And your friend's legal problems isn't a secret. It was literally put out in a statement, LMAOOOO. But of course, that got you and then does me like a crazy conspiracy thing. It's like the same buzzword they always do. Conspiracy theory, conspiracy theory. Anytime there's something remotely accurate, they just scream conspiracy theory like, well, that's impossible when it's not. She also calls me a 40-year-old and obsessed with a Stan Axe identity. Be serious.
She even added the age 50, huh? Oh, yeah. That's weird. Conspiracy is usually aligned with Amber's team. Shopping in TJ Maxx, and all of a sudden people get high quality photos of her skimming through the rack of some TJ Maxx clothes. But we're talking about conspiracies for sure.
So it was interesting because again, she's saying here, right? And your friend's legal problems. Now she's referring to Laura B. I'm assuming, and I'm unaware of any legal problems Laura B's facing. I know there was a potential, I'm going to pursue legal action. But it was weird to me when she said that because I'm like, well, do you know something I don't know? Are you talking to Shane Communication, who's the one who threatened the action? Did they actually follow through with said action? Jody, it kind of feels like Camila knows more than the rest of it. You know what I mean? What are you talking about the legal problems? There was one-off statement by Kat that they were going to look into it. But did we see any public thing from Shane PR saying they did it? Has Laura complained? To me, it sure sounds like Camila knows some more information than we know.
I would be surprised, bro, if Camille is Kat. They're the same person, bro. Dealing with this internet and all this, because we've caught people doing this before. Ray Fisher was doing some stuff like this, man, and people want to They don't want to get at you. They don't want to get at you on Twitter because they feel like, oh, I don't want to even give him acknowledgement. So they create a dummy account, or they'll have somebody lower than them go and get at you on behalf of them, bro. That's how this internet things works because, the internet is fake, but it also does sway a lot of people. The fact that we were talking about this is crazy. We seen the trial. People are still trying to cap. We seen it. For logical common sense people who watched those days and the extensive coverage that was covered here on Popcorn Planet, where a lot of y'all came from, shout out to y'all. We was there watching every day. Some of the asinine shit that was being said, the fact that her girlfriend got kicked out, all the blatant lies, the I stepped on a bee moment, the whole fake emotions on her face, the testimony from her trash doctor, the stuff that was left out, the cokehead vagina eating doctor that looked like doofus smirts from Perry the Platypus. Bro, all this stuff epic. It was a literal circus on her side. Why is there even still a side that I understand? The Me Too movement took a hit when Johnny Depp took a W. I get it. So they're trying to fight back and causing all this commotion and these lies, bro. This is insane, bro. Andy, I'm sorry you got to deal with this stuff, bro.
Oh, that's why we're here. We're here to monetize the hate and call it all the bullshit out. It's like, it's always a slow Friday. But I enjoy this sometimes. Because Jody, you've been around. We've dealt with these. It all started with that Zack Snyder, Ray Fisher fan base, which it definitely took a turn on me. Like Jody can attest. I chickened out at a point because I'm like, it got scary. Those guys were legitimately
savages.
Yeah, like really bad fandom. Yeah. And at a certain point, I like tapped out because I'm like, it's just affecting my day. I don't want to deal with this like weird nonsense. And, but then we would come back. I came back from time to time and we ended up being right. Thank God we were ones that, and you, Jody, kept going the whole time, but it was just a good thing we pushed back. So through that experience and now the strength of this community and like, they don't scare me the same way now. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same thing. Like I'm not frightened by these assholes. Like I see through their nonsense. And I've learned, Jody, you can track these people. Like you can.
This fool is digging, y'all. Y'all better stop. This motherfucker digging deep and people are contacting us, especially this fool, Andy. Hey, Andy, I know he got leads, y'all. Y'all better stop with this nonsense on the internet. You can be.
Dude, tracked. I don't have. It's not even. I'll reveal a bit. It's not even just leads, dude. There are legit legal firms who do this for legal cases and the government. They exist, guys. And yeah, you can get them to look up people on Twitter.
Yep.
It's you can get an affidavit to say this is confirmed. There are ways to actually, no one's identity is fully secure and anonymous online.
Correct.
If you're putting your stuff out publicly, there are several ways, especially if you go on up to one of these level agencies, you can get the info, guys. And so when all this question came out of like, is this, Shane PR? I was like, well, shit, that's really important news. That was worthy of investing in, guys. Don't you think? So I'm going to say it one more time. It's an expensive process. If anybody else wants to help this endeavor, you can please use the Cash App, the pin comment, the pay, whatever. If anybody else wants to support, because there are ways to actually legally do it. It's not cheap. It's not cheap to do.
These lawyers ain't cheap. They out there really getting it done. And their feet.
Yeah. So, you can get firms to do it. And when I thought, and I heard the rumor and thought, well, holy shit, is this huge Stan account really actually someone at the PR firm? That was important to me to look into. That's not me being obsessed. That's corruption at such a high level, Jody, that I'm like, that needs to be exposed. You know what I mean? So Stay tuned. Hashtag stay tuned and keep supporting. Thank you guys. All right. So it's important I reiterate. How does she know about these legal problems? What is she talking about? My friend's legal problems, who can I only assume is Laura B., who, made an accusation about Camila, which made her nuke the account the first time. Is that the messiness she's referring to when she came back? It's all confusing. So I hit back. I said, do show me where my friend has talked about her legal problems. She hasn't. Who said she actually has legal problems? Does she? You sound like you have some supposed intel, almost like you're in cahoots with Shane PR, was my response back to her. So how did she engage with that? There's a statement from the woman she accused of being me, saying she's taking legal action. It's not hard to put 2 and 2 together. Please be serious.
Okay. Now you want to try to use logic and common sense and put 2 and 2 together. No, how about you just played yourself? How about that?
Oh, come on, Jody. I put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, come on. That's exactly that was so funny.
That's exactly how I see him explaining it. No. Clearly, you saw that he said that this statement over here and then over there, and if you put it together, you kind of see what's up, right? Right.
It's like imagine like you're talking to this insane person who's now suddenly trying to use reason. Yeah, no,
exactly.
Nervousness. No. This is a person who's now desperate and nervous. So, all right. So then I respond back.
Keep pushing.
Also, quit being a coward. Oh, sorry. It was this one. Did she pursue action, though? Because I wanted to hammer this one. Yeah. If you are truly being serious, my friend didn't actually say that was you. She did in the tweet. She never actually said anything defamatory. They'd have no case. I've talked to lawyers, like, if she actually were to pursue this, does she have a case? They're all like, no way. That other woman was Amber's rep, this Christina White or somebody. And it's not a conspiracy to ask if she's behind an Amber account. No. Like, don't you don't get intel from Team Amber. I suspect she absolutely does. I mean, Jody, Adam Waldman on Johnny's team was giving intel out to certain, supporters out there. It is completely fair to ask and wonder. It is not a conspiracy theory or an obsession to want to ask that question, which Laura did. So again, it's very strange, don't you think, to see that she's so sure about the legal troubles. Do you know what I mean?
Let's act like we know what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. Really just sit back and think for a second. These are people at the end of the day, the root, the tree trunk that comes out of the ground is Amber Heard. It all leads back to Amber's team. Who's Amber's team? People that Amber employs and manipulates. It comes from Amber, right? Now, understanding that it comes from Amber, making stuff up, putting people up to do things, actually having a team that goes out there to be toxic and make up lies and slander. Is that something that Amber would do? Well, shit. Let's look back at the Amber Heard trial. Wasn't it Amber Heard that put a fake bruises on her face and said, I'll be at the courtroom at 5 o'clock TMZ, come see me there?
Not only that, Jody,
that
she went out the front door. She had 4 other exits she could have used to have privacy, and she walked out the front door.
Bro, she even said, I'm going to make a left turn on this street so you can get my eye. Bro, what's going on? What's going on? This is the type of person we're talking about, bro. And when you talk about conspiracy, she literally put a bruise on her eye, said, I'm about to go file for divorce. Johnny's halfway across the globe. Meet me at 5:07 and 37 seconds. Coming out the doors. I'm going to make sure you can see me. I'm going to make a left turn. As soon as that green light turned green, I'm going to hit it. Going northbound on this at this time so you can get that eye. I'm going to make sure I roll my window down and shit too so you can get it. This is the type of person we're talking about. And then, bro, this is so funny. This is crazy, bro, because but there's really a serious amount of people that are into this shit, bro. They're really believing this Amber stuff is that Johnny made all of this up. That people are trying to do some conspiracies here. That's crazy.
It's totally, it's totally
it's common
wild.
sense, y'all. It comes down to common sense.
Yeah. Pick up Jody's shirt for common sense.
Ain't common. Oh my
it ain't
God.
common, guys. So I followed up again. So after all that, quit being a coward and stop blocking me from replying. Why are you afraid of direct conversation? Very Chris Boozy of you, of Bot Sentinel. That's how he reacts too. Yeah. Which almost makes me wonder, could they be the same person? I mean, I got to be careful here. Not in saying I know, but could they be? They sure sound like each other. Judging by all the Heard supporters you were sending to harass me with the same old boring lies, I'd say you look nervous. Because she does. She does. And so she... super nervous. So she wrote, you just replied, in which case I had to sort of prove to her, do I still have, it's a reply. Sorry. Hold on. She's lying because I again caught her again say, well, that's bullshit. Hold on. It's, I took the screenshot. Here it is. Nice try. You went out of your way to block me from every tweet, even though I mentioned, except here. That wasn't hard. Now was it? Previously on every other tweet where I mentioned, she blocked me out. Couldn't reply to her. She didn't want to have that engagement. So when I called her out, then I was able to finally reply to her because she didn't block me out that time. She blocked me out every other time, which is why I was calling her a coward. So when called out, she like, well, no, see, I am. And one other part I want to talk about, and then she stopped. She didn't engage. There was one other moment though in the exchange when someone asked, "Don't you have charges to worry about? Leave Camille alone, you effing weirdo." From Paris Remix. Nope, never. Not even came close to having any of my whole life. But you guys don't care about reality, do you? I am curious though, Camila. Do you have any charges against you? I wanted to ask on the record. Just curious. Okay. She said nope. Nope. Interesting. I said okay then. And I used that infamous, that that emoji, Jody. You know which one that is.
Oh, I know that.
You know that one. That's
that made her mad.
And then she used the I don't know what this is. Yelling in a bag emoji.
It's
There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
So we emojied each other, and then she dipped. She dipped, Jody. Anyway, fun time being on here for a day. Love you guys. Stay well. It was fun being on here in the chaos of today. But I'm a deactivate. I miss you guys, and thank you for being so supportive. Kind of love you. And she's no more. She's out.
By deactivate, she means I'm gonna go back to my original account.
Correct. I'm gonna use one of the other accounts that you don't know about and turn this one off for a little while so they can't keep digging. Is how I see it, because it does. Now, Jody, thank you for being here because I love your insight on this. This seems like someone who's now getting nervous as I'm putting the heat on and turning up the dial and calling out some questions. Am I crazy in thinking that, or do you think this is someone going up against the wall?
We got too much, like I said, we got too much experience dealing with this. Long before the Amber Heard thing was a thing, this Johnny Depp stuff, me and Andy had a lot of arguments with toxic fandoms, with people wanted us to not eat, not get money. People wanted us canceled. So me and Andy have experience in it. So absolutely not. And what we've learned from those experiences are, if people have enough time on their hands, there's no limit to what they will do with the power of the social media. There's no limit to what you can do. Now, if you're a person who really has something to lose, there's no limit to what someone would do in order to keep that power. And when you have an opportunity with social media, when you have an opportunity to actually get fame and clout, that's the ultimate most dangerous thing when you're on social media. They will go to no end, no avail to make them put themselves in a position where they could get some clout. And they'll step over their mama's grave in order to get that fame and clout. Some people just do not care about belittling themselves. They do not care about ruining people's lives. They don't care about really affecting other people so long as they're able to get their 15 minutes of fame in the sun. And knowing that, when you know the lows that people will take in order to get claim clout, and actually have some acknowledgement from millions across the world or even thousands across the world, there's no limits to what they would do. And when you understand that, you ask questions like this. Yo, is this a real account? You ever been charged? Who are you really? Show your face. And you do those little tactics on Twitter, adding somebody without letting them be able to respond so people could track the whole entire conversation to see how it went. These little tricks are all to blind and sway the masses and confuse them. And that's exactly what they want. But, shout outs to us for keep on digging.
Well, and cover their asses, let's not forget, right? Because you deactivate when you don't want to have something be found.
Yep.
If you got nothing to hide, you don't need to deactivate. I know a lot of people who they'll erase their whole Twitter history. And that was definitely during the heavy cancellation days, because you're just like, shit, did I say something stupid 3 years ago that they're going to find and use against me? I get that a little bit, but we should all live in a world where you shouldn't be afraid of what you tweet. And I'm much better at it now. Like, if I make a tweet, I know that tweet lives forever. Like, you can't get around it. So you all need they do need like, are you sure button before you push it? I think it's sometimes, especially for the younger generation, but it's weird that when you deactivate a whole account, that's a sign of, I'm scared.
If they don't like you, they're going to keep their account active so they can get at you whenever you F up or hold you accountable because you're the enemy. You're the one who's team Johnny, their team Amber, the good side. They think they're the good side. So why would you deactivate the account? That shows that, well, you don't believe in the movement then. Why are you willing? There's no way I'm deactivating my account if I'm out here trying to seek justice.
Correct.
How would that make me look? How would you look, Andy, if you deactivated your Twitter? Someone could call you out and say, oh my God, Andy did something to me. And then you're like, deactivate it. You know how bad that would look? If somebody says, Jody Joe touched me here. And then right away, and people are like, Jody, what happened? Jody, what happened? What's going on? And I deactivate my account? That's a bad look.
It's funny you said that. When I got canceled back, years ago, so many people told me, you got to delete your Twitter. Just delete it. Just get rid of it. So many people. And there was a point where everyone's telling me, and fuck, thank God I didn't. Thank God I didn't. I just wasn't online for like a year, and I left it there. I sat it there, and it just parked. And then when I was ready to drop the receipts, boom, I had, a lot of people unsubscribed or like, oh, we still, whatever, but still it allowed me to still have that voice. 100% agree. I'm so glad I didn't need to deactivate or delete. It would have showed such a guilty look.
Yep.
Because, that's not what you do if you're defending someone, as Jody eloquently said.
And that's what this person did, y'all. That's what this person did. They're screaming this and this and all these, and then they deactivated. The deactivation of the account should be the shining example that this person is a troll.
100%. And again, because I don't really care about these trolls. I don't care about these people. What makes this story a lot more scary is this. Like, I don't want to keep pointing this girl out because she clearly wants the attention. So please leave. Don't engage. We can talk about it on the show. Let me be one click. Don't give her 5,000 clicks from you guys. Let's just give her one and call out the reality of this is a NBC reporter who is legitimizing this fan, this complete anonymous user who's just deactivating and saying things. How do we know she's black? How do we know she's a survivor IPV? How do we know she's a good person? How do we know she's not a psycho? Right. How do we know she's not actually in Shane PR's team? What's so frustrating, it's like, a lot of people, Jody, are saying now because Laura asked the question, and I don't think Laura was actually, I know Laura wasn't just saying it, but Laura asked this thing, are you this person? And I wish I had it. Can someone find me that tweet, headline group, Laura's question about Christina White, just so we can compare the two at the time? If anybody can find me a screenshot in the mod or headline group or something. What's so frustrating is like, there's no way to prove that it's not. Like, is the reality, right? Because even though, you can ask the question, that woman could come forward and say, I'm not. She still could be. You know what I mean? It could be Amber. It could be you, Jody. It could be me. It could be any of us. There's no way to like guarantee that woman isn't. Like,
hey, bro,
that's what's so scary.
Amber, I think I felt some type of way. It's probably Amber, bro. I would be surprised if she's like, I wish I could just see, like, if there was a movie, I could just see her angle. All right, I'm logging off for the night. Beauties, bye. And then it just shows Amber sipping tea.
Or it's somebody else, and it could be random. Might not be. So you guys think, but not a good person who is still trying to get clout. And even if it's a rando, could still be working with Shane Communications. Like, I don't believe Shane Communications is so dumb to have their diversity rep create a dummy Twitter account. Like, that's like a serious level of dumb. Like, now she could maybe do it on her off time, and even Shane PR wouldn't necessarily know. Who knows? But all I'm getting is there's no way in my brain, and again, I'm speculating here. I don't want to, there are people being,
go ahead, Kayla.
There are people, woo, Kayla, I'll get there 1 second.
Go ahead, girl.
There's no way in my brain that these stans who have amassed audiences and have become loud voices in this community aren't getting intel from Team Amber. There's just no way, Jody. You know what I mean? Like, Johnny was doing it. Amber's clearly doing it. Amber was paying off TMZ to get shit out there. They're clearly giving Kat intel. They clearly are, and Kat knows this. And it's like, of course these people are working with them in a way. Now, does it mean they're actually employees in the building? I don't know, guys. But I think Laura asked a fair question, and I think the question should have been like, how connected are you to this account? Like, do you give this account intel? Do you know who this account is? To me, those are the better questions to ask of like, why is a mainstream journalist, confirming that their anonymous troll is who they say they are? You know what I mean, Jody? That's scary shit.
How does she get such a good relationship to you to the point where you just buy what she has to say if you're a journalist who is automatically supposed to be, hesitant with stories that are brought to you? You're supposed to second guess, double check, verify.
Correct.
So you asked her that question. Did she respond?
No reply.
Of course not.
No reply. But I do have to say, oh my goodness. What? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Look at that from Kayla Campbell. Holy moly. Kayla, thank you for donating. That's epic generosity. Please keep it coming. I saw another from a 50 from my gosh, thank you so much from Dorby. Do it. Dorby. Keep the funds coming, and I will try to do my best to figure out some other folks. I'd love to know who Cocaine Cross is. Wouldn't you guys? Yeah, we need a lot of those super chats to keep it coming, and maybe we can invest some more. Kayla Campbell, though, says that woman's supporters are getting to the point for me where it's too sad to even laugh at them now. That this is so delusional. I have no idea what reality they are living in because I don't understand how someone who actually watched it would think Johnny's the bad guy.
You know what I'm visualizing in my head as you read that, and the last donation was, I remember that picture that Amber took that had Johnny Depp's ID, a line of Coke, his little a full glass of like beer or wine,
that or tampon applicator,
the perfectly nice photo of Johnny Depp being a drunk Coke sniffer, bro, with his ID right there. Like that's that manipulation. If somebody's willing to do stuff like that, all of this makes sense. If you look at it, this is all in alignment to what she did to Johnny, setting stuff up, making things up, and just putting it out there for the world to see, even though it's a blatant lie. And you mentioned the tampon applicator thing because in the court, during the court trial, they mentioned how it was Amber who taught Johnny how to apply or do something with that applicator. That was a trick that Amber knew. So shout out to that.
It was very, very, very team
insane, y'all. It's just common sense. It's really all it is. It's common sense, y'all. And like she said, she's getting tired of even laughing. It's not even funny no more. It's so sad to the point where it's like, yo. And then we had to really think about this with the Snyder cult, with the toxic fandom that Zack Snyder had was, do we give it attention anymore? should we still talk about it? Because you ask yourself, are they getting life from this? Are they hoping that we report on it? Are they hoping that we keep so they can feel validated, so they can have their 15 seconds of fame? At one point, do we say, like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to listen.
I mean, yeah, I don't, it's weird. I don't really listen. If I didn't have a YouTube channel where I cover this for you guys, like, I would totally have checked out on this, on these Twitter idiots. You know what I mean?
I'm
like,
saying, yeah, the showing love.
It's tough because it's
interest is still there, obviously.
Yeah, but you guys clearly are interested, and I'm interested. Like, I'm going to watch it. I'm more interested from the perspective of the connection of the media. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I guess
I don't care about these trolls,
Cat, right? It's because of Cat.
She's out there becoming the next. Yes, she's like a Taylor Lorenz.
Right.
Taylor Lorenz is another one who works for Washington Post now, and it's like Washington Post is the one who wrote the op-ed that was, you know, proven to be defamatory. It's like they now have that egg on their face. And Tug, the umbrella guy, was saying that Taylor has written him. She's working on a hit piece about him and the misogyny of Amber Heard content still. And it's like, this is the Washington Post doing it. Who's out there to save face to keep saying that Johnny was an abuser and Amber wasn't.
That's a mission. That's
even though a jury did.
So
that part of this,
reporters, then yeah.
Like that, when the reporters are on it, like that's when I get more. That's what we more report about. It's not about obsessing over these dumb fans. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I was gonna say, like, this guy.
If it wasn't the reporters tied to it, and all of them putting print out like actual reputable people, which would sway the minds of random people who come across that and question, like, oh, did Johnny do that? Is Amber innocent? I guess he wouldn't give a shit about y'all. Y'all trolls and all that. They were throwing bad messages over Twitter. It's really not about y'all. It's about these people who are high up spreading something on a professional level that could actually sway the minds of random people.
Correct, because it's like on the other side of the coin here. This one is just a complete, like, this made me laugh. Chateau, Cocaine Cross, Chateau Bunny, who I guess we have a super chat. Michelle Brown says, Cocaine Cross is a male. I want to DM you some receipts. Okay, yeah, I'd love to know who this person is. I'm curious. Do they work for Shane PR? What's their background? Why does this person get to become the Amber Authoritative? But I know his big nasty ass is out of breath from all the huffing and puffing he's doing, typing these tweets. He needs to worry about ending up in the sex offender registry instead of your account. It's just like, it just makes me laugh. This is so desperate. It's like they got no rhyme or reason, no facts, Jody. They don't care about reality. Like this guy thinks that bothers me. It does. I don't give two shits what this random person ignorance says, because, you know, thankfully also we have a community that knows that the bullshit out there. But when they resort to that now, I'm always just like, oh God.
That lets you know what happens when they dig.
You can't argue with an irrational person is what it becomes down to. You're like, you don't care about reality or facts. You just want to talk about what you believe, and you'll throw anybody under the bus to get there. And you'll lie and steal, whatever. If someone tells you what you want to hear, that becomes facts. And we can't have that on this platform. I try my best we can't let that happen. I always try to understand, well, where's this coming from? These people are psychos. On that note, though, I am going to trim it here. We're going to keep talking. We got a lot more to talk about with Jody. I want to talk to Jody about some other stuff, as well as unbox these presents. If you missed out, hit the join button. Well, there you go. Another amazing show in the books. If you missed it, we had so much fun. Jody stopped in. If you didn't see, we took some detours, but we also dragged those stands even harder, and we discussed some other news, as well as opened up all the crazy items. I have them all here. If you want to see all the crazy Freaky Friday items we opened, you're going to want to watch the replay. In order to watch the replay, make sure you hit the join button. You can always, if you missed it live, go back and catch the replays as a member. Appreciate all you guys. Pick a tier support. Regardless of just getting those benefits, you support the channel at the level you can do. And I appreciate it. In fact, we appreciate it so much. We got an After Dark show coming. Jody and I scheduled it on Thursday, September 29th. So send me and Jody even crazier items to our P.O. boxes. I'm talking anything weird out there. Oh, it's going to be a late night show. Warning. So send it on over, and we'll be there for the Freaky Friday After Dark show on the 29th. And we'll be in Vegas November 4th. Kim's coming. Kim got her passport on the way. Make sure to support It's Kim over on YouTube. So excited to meet her in person finally in November, along with seeing Steph again and Lewis. Sounds like Jody might come. Oh my God, I hear a lot of you guys are coming. Start your calendars you're prepping, you're saving up, and you may have an opportunity to get a win, a chance as well. So stay tuned here to Popcorn Planet. We will see you guys later. In fact, we'll have a redirect over to Nerd Report now. If you're not watching live, click that or click these if there's videos. Love you guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you later.